Hey everyone, it's your best friend Jake. Back in 2017, Carrie and I watched the first season of Riverdale, and then we recorded a thing about each episode and put it out on our Patreon. And we were thinking, well, as long as we're talking about Sabrina now, which is by a bunch of the same people and is set apparently in the same universe, why don't we release some of those old episodes for a new audience? So we hope you enjoy them. We're going to alternate between these and our Sabrina discussions. Enjoy!
I know you think she's sweet as candy. I know you wanna be with her, but Josie got a reputation to scratch behind that curve.
Okay, so how you doing, Carrie?
I'm doing okay, Jake. How are you?
I'm a little sick.
Oh no, what happened?
I don't know. I was I was at the beach yesterday. So I'm sure everyone is very sympathetic. I think I may have just gotten a little too much sun.
Oh, well, that's still not good. Sun poisoning sucks.
You know, I burn very easily. I start out pink and then I just become pinker and pinker. Anyway, none of this has anything to do with what we're doing. Hey, everyone. You are listening to this presumably because you've become a Patreon backer. That's pretty awesome. Thank you for doing that. And let's get into this thing, I guess.
Yeah, so this is Riverdale Chapter 2, which is called, fuck me.
A Touch of Evil.
That's what it's called. The one thing I didn't take a note on.
Yeah, I was doing some quick research right before the episode. I was like, wait, what is this called and who wrote it and stuff? I think my prediction for the season is that every episode we do, in my notes, I'll write down who directed and wrote it, and that will never come up during the discussion.
Not once.
So it's good to have a tradition like that. So, okay, let me ask you this.
Yes.
We're basically doing this TV show because it's about teens and because it's super trashy. Is that accurate?
That is 100% accurate. Not only do I love YA, I love YA TV. And if it's YA TV, I want it to be trashy YA TV. I don't want any serious YA TV. I'm not going to watch 13 Reasons Why. No. I'm going to watch this shit.
Yeah. So it's like all kind of ridiculously written, and some of the stuff is kind of offensive, but you're not supposed to worry about it too much because it's not supposed to be taken seriously. And there's a lot of weird things, and there are a bunch of 20-odd-year-olds playing 15-year-olds.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah, I think everyone's probably 25, and they're supposed to be sophomores in high school. None of this is realistic. I don't see anybody being awkward or gangly or acne, like nothing. Everyone is beautiful and perfect because this is Riverdale, and of course you're beautiful and perfect, but even like the background characters are beautiful and perfect and 25. Let's just go with that.
Let's go with it. So hopefully it doesn't make me a terrible person that I thought it was hilarious that Cheryl and Jason were drinking a milkshake with 2 straws.
I wrote a note that said, why the fuck are Jason and Cheryl sharing a fucking milkshake with 2 straws? Because I'm like, they're brother and sister. Oh dear, why would they do that? That's a strawberry milkshake too. Oh, geez.
Oh my God. I didn't even notice that part.
Yeah, because if you notice at the very end of the episode, Betty and Veronica get milkshakes, and Betty, who is blonde, gets the vanilla milkshake, and Veronica gets the double chocolate because she's a dark-haired vixen.
I did notice that.
And I was just like, oh. The thing about Riverdale is that it is comic book cheese. And they don't, all those little like weird comic book cheesy details are still in there.
Right. But then there's also, murder and, child abuse, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
And all of that stuff. Anyway, welcome to Riverdale, the town with pep.
It has, yeah. So this episode does have some pep, but it's also just got a lot of drama.
Yes.
And I don't know how to start this because like everybody's an asshole. So last week we saw Archie. He had done fucked up.
Yes.
With Betty.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I can't be who you need me to be. Wah, wah, wah. But then he's all, I'm going to text my friend. And she's like, no, bitch. And I was very proud of her for saying no when he's calling on her at who knows what time.
Yeah.
I think it was like midnight because his dad's like, where were you at midnight?
Hey, bud. Where'd you sneak off to last night?
You heard that?
Son, I've been hearing you sneak out since you were 8 years old going to Jughead's treehouse.
Oh, I went for a run to go see my teacher lady friend. But first he went to Betty, and Betty's like, I'm good, thanks. And I was very proud of her because I think had it been 2 days earlier, the second Archie had texted, she would have been like, yes, I will be there for you because you're my BFF. But she's like, nah, dude, I am mad at you and I'm not going to be at your beck and call. And I was very proud of her.
I hope the Jughead still has that treehouse.
Oh, I bet it's going to come up.
Right. And so last episode, we kind of alluded to there being sort of a possibly, like, did they have a relationship or something? And that's certainly, this is one of those shows that is super into its audience shipping all of the characters.
Well, they even said it.
Okay, well, I ship it.
Well, of course you would. You're a big city girl with loose morals.
It's also worth mentioning that Archie is dressed only in boxer briefs and is really glistening with sweat pretty much a lot in all of these scenes.
Yes. And I don't think it's that hot anymore. I mean, because he's wearing his leather jacket pretty much consistently throughout episodes where he's not showing off his glorious six-pack. So I don't even know where this takes place, but it's somewhere that seems to have a fall. And this death had occurred in July. So I'm like, it's got to at least be early September?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like, so I actually am going to say it. The director is Lee Toland Krieger or Krieger or something. The director is from Rhode Island, so I do get kind of like a New Englandy sort of vibe from it, albeit a little bit of a New Englandy vibe as seen through Awoken or, some other lens that requires no actual knowledge of the location.
Yeah, if I didn't know better, I would think like either Minnesota or Connecticut. Because everyone's pretty white and seems to be pretty rich.
Yeah, I gotta say that the original Archie comic books are, as far as I can remember, entirely white. Maybe there's like one or two black characters. And so in the first episode, I kind of liked that they had made like Pops black and Josie and the Pussycats black. In this episode, Mr. Weatherby is black, and then at that point, I'm like, all the minor characters get to be black, but the main characters are all still white. Like,
correct. Yes, this is completely accurate.
Yeah. So let's see. So glistening Archie barges in on Miss Grundy in her house,
and Homegirl's got to be at work the next morning. What is she doing up? But then what happens?
Well, he said he thinks that they should tell someone that they heard the gunshot,
and I think he is right. He should.
And Miss Grundy is like, no, like you could get in trouble. We could go to jail. And it's like, yeah, he's 15.
He's not going to jail.
Yeah. I kind of felt like, because I feel like in kind of pop culture, particularly among a certain segment of commentator, the idea of like a male student being seduced by an older teacher is like, oh, awesome, whatever. And so I kind of appreciate that in this episode, we get to see that it's actually super manipulative and creepy as hell.
Yeah, I even wrote, wow, Miss Grundy is super manipulative. Because she's absolutely playing him. Like, okay, she got her rocks off, great. And now she's all like, the feelings I have for you are real, but it's not right. Oh, shut the fuck up. Cut it off. I want to talk about somebody in particular.
Okay, I wonder if it's the same person I was about to talk to. Who is yours?
It's somebody who is probably the biggest fucking asshole in this whole series so far.
Oh my God. That could be anyone.
It could be, but this one's Betty's mom.
Okay, yes.
Betty's mom is such a fucking asshole. Like, what is going on with her? Like, first of all, like, Betty's mom is like, oh my God, these people, they should rot in hell, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, because we know that Jason is dead, and she's handing the coroner money to like be able to like check out the dead body. And I was like, oh, she's a huge asshole. Like, what is going on here? So Homegirl is writing a story, it sounds like. Is she a reporter? Like, what's her job? I don't fucking know. But she's handing the coroner, the guy who's performing the autopsy, small bills to be able to spend some quality time with a dead body. Why?
Yeah, I mean, I guess she is a reporter of some kind, but she seems super excited about it. I guess she's hoping to get whatever kind of award you get for writing a story about an autopsy.
I hate how she treats Betty.
Yeah.
She's such an awful person. She's like,
I am so proud of how you stood up to that dragoness. But honestly, Betty, why was Cheryl over here in the first place? And who else is going to come waltzing in? Veronica? Archie? How many times are you going to let them hurt you?
Until I learn my lesson, Mom.
Oh, the autopsy, the doctor's name was Dr. Curdle.
ugh, that's an awful name.
It's an awful name. But I think it's like a good Archie Comics name for a coroner.
Yeah.
And then the teacher, the biology teacher, was Dr. Phylum.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's pretty good. The person that I was thinking of was actually Betty's dad.
Betty's dad is a non-character.
He is a non-character. And the one thing that I wanted to say about him is that he looks like Donald Trump Jr.
Oh, I'll never be able to unsee that. Thanks.
Oh, my pleasure.
Okay. There is no Riverdale episode 3 now. Jacob has fucked that one up.
Well, maybe he'll get killed. We can hope for that.
One can only hope. So Veronica tries to make things up to Betty.
Yes, she sends her flowers again with the shipping.
But she sends her yellow flowers for friendship.
I also had Magnolia cupcakes flown in from New York.
I would like Magnolia cupcakes from New York.
That's true.
How do I get these? How do I get them shipped to me?
You get Veronica to make out with your husband and then feel bad about it.
I am so sorry, Betty. I don't know what happened to me that night. It was such a basic bitch move.
Okay, so Magnolia Bakery in New York City. You know, these cupcakes look fine. They don't look great. They'd have to be really special for me to get them shipped.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Veronica is the kind of person who thinks that anything is cooler if it's from New York. So
I mean, they've got a red velvet cake, but you know, it's whipped vanilla icing. Nobody puts whipped vanilla icing on a red velvet cupcake. Thank you very much. It is cream cheese frosting or get the fuck out. Anyway, I still want them.
You know what? Betty would give you some.
I hope so.
And I will never, ever do anything like that to you again. I swear on my mother's pearls.
She swears on her mother's pearls that she will not fuck over Betty again. Who does that? Who thinks that that's a good swear? Like, you swear on your mother's life. You swear on lots of things, but swearing on your mother's pearls?
The dialogue in this TV show is so...
It's 100% over the top, and no teenagers talk like this ever. I'm not a teenager. I'm far removed from my teenage years. However,
yeah,
I know that teenagers don't talk like that, and they certainly do not swear on their mother's pearls. But Veronica does.
Yeah. So Veronica asks Betty to forgive her, and Betty says, okay. And Veronica and Kevin are both incredulous.
Can you please give me one more chance?
Okay.
What? Really?
And I thought to myself, Betty's up to something. So that's my crackpot theory of the week, is that I don't know if Betty killed Jason, but I bet she kills somebody. And it's the perfect crime. She's planning something. That's my crackpot theory. That's how I'm going to watch the rest of this series.
I hope you're right, but I'm guessing you're wrong.
No, you're probably right. I'm not gonna stand up for this theory. It's just going to be my lens.
What else we got? We got Moose, who's all, Kevin, I kind of like you. And Kevin's all, but you got a girlfriend. You should totally stick with your girlfriend. And it's just like, why do we have to even do this?
Yeah.
You just have.
Yeah.
But okay, so we're doing that. And then Jughead and Archie were best friends pretty recently. Like they were BFFs as recently as July 3rd because they were supposed to go on a camping trip together. But somebody named Archie totally blew him off for somebody named Miss Grundy. So Jughead's being all suspicious and he sees something. What does he see?
He sees, oh my God, I just remembered this scene.
He sees somebody being manipulative.
Yes. Jesus, this scene. So right before Jughead shows up, Miss Grundy again appeals to Archie not to tell anyone about what happened on July 4th. And she says,
Maybe it's not right, but it's real. It's why you can't go to Weatherby. If you do that, we will never see each other again. Archie, I'm putting myself in your hands.
I'm putting myself in your hands. And then she suits action to word.
Mm-hmm. She sure does.
And so there's a certain amount of breast fondling, shall we say.
Yeah, there's a titty squeeze.
There is. Yeah, some boobs are grabbed. So Jughead sees that.
Yeah. Because they're about to kiss and they're really close and there's a honk. You're welcome.
I love you, Carrie.
I love you too. And then he's all, I saw that.
Yeah.
Why would you do this in a classroom with a glass door?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a good idea.
I mean, the whole door isn't glass, y'all, but there's a glass panel that anybody can see in. Anyway, so he thinks that Archie had something to do with Jason's death, but really Archie's just being manipulated by a 29-year-old who flunked out of Juilliard.
Yeah.
In my imagination, now she flunked out. Anyway.
Can I quote Jughead to you?
Yeah.
This doesn't have anything particular.
I want to hear it.
Reggie calls Jughead Wednesday Addams, which
I love.
Sick burn. I mean, that's not an insult to me. That would be the most awesome thing. And
thank you.
Yes.
She has a good sense of style and it's hilarious. I appreciate this. Her family loves her.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah. Iconic look.
Mm-hmm.
Strong personality. We can only assume grew up to accomplish great things.
I would assume so, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that is, as you said, a sick burn.
Yeah. Just before that, Jughead said to Archie,
"What? Sardonic humor is just my way of relating to the world."
Which is a ridiculous line that, nonetheless, I could see certain people I know saying as high schoolers.
If I had known the word sardonic when I was 15, I would have said that.
Yeah, there you go.
However, what I probably did instead was just growl and say, "Fuck you, leave me alone."
Yeah, that's also an acceptable choice. That's also a good catchphrase.
Yeah, I'm a class act, y'all. A class act. So Betty goes to get mani petties with Cheryl because one of the things that Veronica did was got her a gift certificate to get petties and blowouts at Shea Shea Salon, like something like super lame and white sounding. But Betty was being a little pissed off and she took Cheryl instead, and well, that ended up going smoothly.
Yeah. Cheryl grills Betty about her sister Polly, who is in a group home of some kind.
She's in some sort of group home after it sounds like a breakdown, but we don't know anything that happened. But it sounds like she was put in this group home somewhat recently too. Like everything seems to have happened over the summer.
Yeah.
So anyway, Cheryl is super nice to Betty, super nice to her, and all of a sudden starts like biting her face off.
Cheryl, because you dumb cow. Someone shot my brother, and I think it was your crazy, tweaked out sister.
Oh, fuck.
And supporting my earlier theory, Betty threatens to kill Cheryl.
Cheryl, get the hell out of my house before I kill you.
Oh, she does. That's true. And that was glorious.
Yeah, it was glorious. I was like, do it.
I'm sure you've got something in your pink, fluffy room that can stab. Go for it. And then Archie decides that he's going to do the right thing because Jughead told him that he should do the right thing and they're going to be BFFs again. So he's going to tell Weatherby tomorrow. Not today, tomorrow.
Archie really can't keep a secret. This is something I noticed.
No.
Like, he and Jughead are talking and they're no longer friends, but he just is like, yeah, no, you're totally right. I am having sex with Miss Grundy. And, we were actually at the river the day that Jason was killed. How about that?
Well, he was dying to talk. I mean, He was like having sweaty nightmares in his room and then had to go run to see Miss Grundy and had to keep talking to Miss Grundy. I'm like, Archibald. Let's sit down and have a little conversation. Shut your mouth hole. That's all you got to do. Shut your mouth hole.
Yeah.
Archie does not shut his mouth hole.
He does not. Did your high school have a student lounge?
God, no.
Yeah, what even is that?
I don't know.
You just go to the library.
I think we're only allowed to go to the library if we had a study period or if it was... There was only certain times that the library was unlocked.
Yeah.
So how's that for awesome? Like, it was... None of this was normal. I was just like, what is with these high schools having soda machines? My high school did not have soda machines.
I think we did in maybe my senior year.
We had a machine and it only gave out Hawaiian Punch.
Oh, maybe.
Because we weren't allowed to have caffeine unless we brought it with us.
Yeah, that seems smart.
But Hawaiian Punch, which is, 100% sugar, that's good.
It's good for a growing body.
Absolutely. So yeah, I was just, sort of surprised that they had this soda machine with the glass front. So of course, when there's a fight, because Reggie gets all, I think it was you that did this, and I think it was you that did this, and Moose, what were you doing at the river with Kevin? I'm going to punch some people. I'm going to punch some people. We're going to punch some people. And so punching happened, and glass got shattered, and drama.
But everyone is in the student lounge. Like, when is this?
I don't know.
Like, is it after school? Why? Whatever.
And it seems like all the main characters of the show just happen to be in the same room at the same time in this mythical student lounge.
Yeah.
Like, no one's in the... Did they even have a cafeteria? Have we seen a cafeteria? They're eating outside.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't make sense if it's Connecticut.
Yeah, none of this makes sense.
Well, I guess we had a courtyard. My high school was kind of built by some California architects who didn't understand that it gets cold in New England in the winter.
Yeah. Real cold.
So, like, there was a uncovered walkway that would take you from one part of the building to another.
Oh no. No.
And there was also a courtyard where if the weather was nice, you could sit out there and have lunch. So maybe that's what's going on, but it doesn't really seem like that.
But how long are their lunches? Question the first. Because they seem to have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And where do they go in winter? Question the second. Because if we get to November, December, and they're still outside, they are not in New England or anywhere in the Midwest. They are in California.
Right. We'll just keep an eye out for the pumpkin ball and kind of see how things go then.
Yeah, if Archie cannot take Betty to the pumpkin ball, then we know what is going on.
So Reggie is sort of going after Jughead, and Jughead says something back to him, and Reggie snaps and is going to attack him. It wasn't even anything big. It was pretty.
Oh yeah, it was.
What was it like, Suicide Squad? When you shot Jason, you didn't do stuff to the body, did you? Like after?
It's called necrophilia, Reggie. Can you spell it?
Oh yeah.
That's not even a comeback.
Yeah, that's nothing. Like,
and he's gonna punch you for that? Like, that's stupid. You're stupid.
Yeah. So Archie says to leave him alone, and Reggie punches Archie instead and pushes him into the soda machine. Oh, by the way, Betty was in the lounge too, right?
Oh, she was. Everybody was there.
Yeah, because later she was like shocked to see his black eye, and that was weird.
Well, I think she'd seen him get punched, but she didn't see the aftermath, maybe, because he got punched on the ground.
Yeah.
He'd been pushed to the ground, pushed into the soda machine, the mythical soda machine, fell to the ground, and then got like a wicked crazy punch. Like, I thought that was, maybe more hardcore than I was expecting for a high school kid, but it was like a wicked sock to the eye. So maybe she didn't see the aftermath.
Yeah. But that's what you get when you imply that a football player can't spell a word.
It's true. It's true. You're going to get your friend beat up.
Yes. Wicked hard. And then Archie goes home, and I guess Luke Perry hasn't heard about it, which seems weird. I feel like they would have called the parents in this situation, but set that aside.
I guess no teachers go into the student lounge.
So the janitor will go in afterwards and be like, they broke the freaking soda machine again. So Luke Perry asks him, who does he think punched Archie?
Oh, he thinks that Jughead did.
Oh, yeah. And Archie's like, no, this morning that was something else. Jughead and I were disagreeing about a girl. And Luke Perry gives out this skeptical that gave me life. And I'm like, man, Luke Perry is like the only good actor in this TV series.
It's a long story. Jughead and I, we were disagreeing about a girl.
Good for you, Luke Perry. Even though I don't remember your character's name and just call you by your actor's name, which maybe isn't great. But
I think that's pretty legit, because I think that's what all of Riverdale is sort of resting on is, oh yeah, but we got Luke Perry.
Yeah.
So then we're finally at the pep rally.
Josie and the Pussycats are there.
Fucking yes. Well, first of all, I was like, wait, why is the mayor here? Why is the mayor at the goddamn pep rally? Oh, it's Josie's mom. Why is Josie's mom at the fucking pep rally? But the pep rally was glorious, and they did a fantastic rendition of Sugar Sugar.
That song is so terrible.
I just can't believe the loveliness of loving you. I just can't believe it's true.
But their version was good. That's my hot take.
It was amazing. I was like, I would actually download this song.
Yes.
I saw this girl, I want to know her name. She got this body, it's driving me insane. Cause I need a candy girl, and kisses rock my world. No legs, brown eyes, and your body look fancy, girl.
It's not terrible. Like, they did a good job. So, good job, songwriters for Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah.
They were awesome. And, the pep rally itself was fine. Everyone was running around, having a good time. And then,
wait,
what?
Can I talk about the weather?
I would love to hear about the weather.
Okay, so at first there's no rain, and then it is just raining. And then Josie and the Pussycats start playing, but they're not under a tent or anything. They're just out in the open, playing electric instruments.
Oh, they're not playing anything.
Well, fair enough, but they're kind of notionally. There's a keyboard.
Yeah, but she's barely even touching the thing.
Well, okay.
All the sounds that are coming out of their supposedly coming out of their speakers, it's from a keyboard and a drum set. Like, I heard many more instruments than that, and none of that existed. So let's just suspend our disbelief that they're getting
thousands of dollars worth of instruments wrecked,
completely ruined. And they're not also going to get electrocuted because there's nothing. They're doing nothing.
Also, the rain is, I think, digitally added later.
Yeah, because I don't think anybody got wet.
No. In the crowd scenes, there were wet people, but not in those scenes.
Everybody's beautiful hair was still perfectly coiffed. And then, then the football team breaks through the paper like you do.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me, Jacob, what happens next?
Okay, so Archie, when he was promoted to the varsity team, was given Jason's jersey number, which is number 9. And so he breaks through, and he's got red hair, and Cheryl sees him, and she hallucinates seeing her brother, and she flashes back to all these other scenes of her brother, some of which she was not present for, like the autopsy. And she runs off the screen and starts crying. Veronica and Betty follow her, and Cheryl is crying, and she says,
He's gone.
I know. I know he is.
You don't understand. He was supposed to come back.
And what? From where? What's going on? So Veronica, she goes and chases after Cheryl, who's like, oh, everything is awful. He was supposed to come back. And we're like, oh my God, the scandal. And then Betty's all, you were a really nice person. Like, I wouldn't have done that. Nobody else would have done that. Do you want to go get a milkshake? Sure. So they go get milkshakes.
Here you go. 1 double chocolate and 1 old-fashioned vanilla.
Thank you.
Veronica asks Betty to swear that no matter what, no boy will come between us again.
And then who should walk in but?
Archie and Jughead.
Boys come in.
They do.
And Jughead, because he's the narrator, he's the one, writing the book. Yeah, first of all, he climbs basically in somebody else's booth to get in. And I was like, that's fucking rude.
He climbs over Veronica. It's great.
Yeah, I was like, that's just, that's weird. And he's all,
To someone on the outside peering in, it would have looked like there were 4 people in that booth. But I was there, and I can tell you, really, there were only 3. A blonde girl, a raven-haired girl,
and the luckiest redheaded boy in the world. I was like, oh, can you be more, like, purple?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I think I just vomited, you asshole. This is disgusting. Who the fuck writes this shit?
Yeah. Right. Well, this writing is like not, the writing isn't attempting to be, I don't know.
No, I don't think it's attempting to be good. I think it's attempting to do exactly what it's doing.
Yeah.
It's attempting to be engaging, which it is.
Yeah, it's attempting to make assholes like us be like, what the fuck?
And I think it is, it is tongue in cheek.
Yes.
I think that they are at least doing a lot of this on purpose, because it's super watchable and it's super ridiculous and it's fun. Then, this is where I had to start calling you immediately because shit got real, Jacob. Shit got real.
So what happens?
Well, we're at school the next day, and we're back to biology class where we're all supposed to be dissecting the frog. Archie is beelining to Weatherby's office, and Weatherby and the sheriff, they walk out of the room. They are making really good time to get to the biology room.
And when they get to the biology room, who stands up?
Well, that would be Cheryl.
Cheryl, who you pegged last week as the one who did it. And what does she say?
You're here for me, aren't you?
Are you here for me?
Because of the autopsy?
Because of the autopsy? Dun, dun, dun.
It's all right, Principal Weatherby. I'll find out soon enough.
No, that won't be necessary.
Wait, Cheryl? Find out what?
That I'm guilty.
So they found some shit in the autopsy. What secrets did Jason's body hold? We don't know.
Well, we know a little something.
What do we know, Jacob? This is so good.
We know that Jason died over a week after July 4th, when he was supposed to have died.
So what happened? What was the gunshot?
What was the gunshot?
Because the gunshot couldn't have been Jason if Jason died over a week later. Or a week later, or close to a week later. And he was pretty fucking rotten for how long did the time pass between a week later and the time he was found? I don't know. Could be a couple of months, could be 1 month, could be 3 weeks. I don't know.
So it was a week later would be July 11th. So still like mid-July.
How long have you had to decompose? Because I don't know when this...
in the autopsy, the guy who was doing the autopsy said...
What sticks out to you?
Marbling of the veins, signs of scavenger activity. Ligature marks on both wrists and a hint of cryonecrotic preservation.
Cryo makes me think that it's related to freezing. So I wonder, if the body was frozen someplace for a time.
Well, now we're just getting real Twin Peaks up in
Yeah,
here.
so that's where we are. And tune in next week to find out what the hell happens next on this crazy-ass TV show.
Yeah, we probably won't get any answers, but we'll get a whole lot more questions. Oh, yeah. One other thing I wanted to talk about.
Yes.
Why are they announcing the fact that they found Jason's body over the intercom at school? Like, why the fuck are they having the sheriff come in and press the little speaker button and talk to everyone on the intercom at school? Like, why would they let Jason's sister in the same room? None of this makes sense. They have bad administration. They have bad teachers. They obviously have bad students. This whole town is rotten to the core. The end.
Yes, it does not make sense.
This is all bonkers, bananas bullshit.
It's kind of an interesting thing. Like, they've positioned this as a mystery. You know, it's basically a murder mystery of who done it. You know, but in theory, in order for something to be a good mystery, you have to be able to tell what is possible from what isn't. And this town is so screwed up that, like, you can't tell what's impossible. Like, if it turns out to be Martians, that would be surprising, but would I rule that out entirely as a possibility? Maybe that's my crackpot theory this week. Maybe it's Martian.
Maybe it's Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is she?
Yeah, right.
So who do you think did it? I haven't answered your question yet, but who do you think did it?
Well, I'm going to go with Betty this week. I'll say Betty did it.
I'm going to say Miss Grundy did it.
Okay.
I'm going to say Miss Grundy knows that Jason saw them and went back and killed him.
Oh, you know what? Or another thing that could have happened is, like, because, well, no, this doesn't make sense. I'm going to tell you anyway, because even though it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Since she knew that she and Archie weren't going to be there, and assuming that she planned out everything in advance and was going to actually kill Jason a week later, she could, like, set a firework on a timer or something so that Archie is, like, can give her an alibi.
But she wouldn't have known that Jason was in the boat with his sister. Like,
right. And also, in order to take advantage of that alibi, it would have to be known that she was having sex with one of her students.
Yeah, so somebody...
Look, I'm not saying this is a perfect theory.
Somebody saw them in the boat. Somebody saw where he went and then killed the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
And the gunshot is unrelated, but I still think it's Miss Grundy. The end.
All right. Well, tune in next week to find out if any of that is correct. Or actually probably not to find out that, but maybe. And thanks again for subscribing to the Patreon. I should say that the theme music is named Josie Has the Upper Hand, and it's by Josh Woodward. You can get that song and all of his other music as a free download from his website, which is joshwoodward.com. Anything else? I guess you should listen to our podcast if you don't already.
I think you should listen to our podcast, which is Love You Like Crazy, where we talk about YA books, which is equally awesome as us talking about Riverdale.
Yes, that's my favorite thing. All right. Well, thanks for talking to me, Carrie. I actually feel a lot better now than I did at the beginning.
I'm so glad. I was worried. I was like, oh no, are we gonna have to reschedule because I got shit to say?
Oh yeah, no rescheduling. And I'll talk to you again soon.
Okay. I swear on my mother's pearls, I'll talk to you next week.
Awesome.
Oh. You mean because my brother is being dissected with a blade just like this one? Possibly at this very moment? Don't worry. I'm fine. In fact, I'm amazing.